Hello, students. Once again, you are most welcome here. In the first chapter, A Triumph of Surgery, from your second book, The Footprints Without Feet. Dear students, as you have read the first page of this chapter, that the mistress of the dog Tricky, Mrs. Pumphrey, is extremely worried about the health of her dog, so she tries to consult a veterinarian surgeon named Mr. Harriet. Now, the doctor observes the dog very closely, and now he's going to give some advice to mistress of the dog, Mrs. Pumphrey. Now, let's see from the second page. I tried to sound sour. I tried to sound sour. Now I really mean this. The narrator, Mr. Harriet, firstly he tried to hear the complaint of the mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey, very hardly, and now he represented his feelings, his concern to her. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he's going to be really ill. Then he advised, he means the doctor, Mr. Harriet, who is the narrator here, and also the veterinary surgeon. He suggested that you first of all you have to cut the diet of your dog, and secondly you have to give him more exercise because your dog is really going to be ill here. उसने सजेस्ट किया कि अगर डॉग अपने डॉग को आप ठीक देखना चाहती हैं तो इसके लिए सबसे पहले तो आपको उसकी जो आप एक्स्ट्रा ओवर डाइट जो दे रही हैं उसको कट करना होगा, और उसके बाद से जो है उसको पर डे आपको अच्छी एक्सरसाइज ले कराना होगा. यू मस्ट हार्डन योर हार्ट एंड कीप हिम ऑन अ वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट डाइट. और फिर उन्होंने डॉक्टर ने सजेस्ट किया कि एज यू योर डॉग इज़ वेरी लविंग टू हर एंड यू fed its very delicious items, sweet items like chocolate cream and many uh, helpful beneficial oil that is very harmful for his health. So first of all you have to become strict, you have to make yourself hard, and after that you have to feed them a very strict diet. This was the suggestion of the doctor. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hand. After listening all these, Mrs. Pumphrey is now upset here. She is rubbing her hand. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet. And she says that she will try. She will try to follow his advice. I'm sure you are right, but it is so difficult, so very difficult. And then Mrs. Pumphrey said that it seemed her very difficult, but she is also agreed here with the advice of the doctor. She set off head down along the road, and after that it seemed that she was extremely worried, thinking about the health of her doctor, and now she moved away from the place. Alongside the road she was walking, and it seemed that she was determined टू पुट द न्यू regime into practice immediately। मीन्स उनके उस समय की उस फिजिकल अपीयरेंस, मेंटल अपीयरेंस को देख के लग रहा था कि वो जल्द ही कुछ ऐसी न्यू प्रैक्टिस अपने उस डॉग के लिए स्टार्ट करने वाली हैं, डॉक्टर के एडवाइस को अमल करके, विचार करके। ऐसा वो उस समय उनकी जो है अपीयरेंस को देख करके प्रतीत हो रहा था। ओके, नाउ I was their progress with growing concern. Now, the doctor started to uh, watch the progress of the dog Tricky. He was concerning there at that time. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat, and that time the dog has used a tweed coat, and he can't move properly. He was tottering at that time. Tottering means not uh, unable to walk properly. He had a whole wardrobe means almirah hota hai, of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. And there was a uh, big collection for the dog Tricky, as he had a special almirah, and his almirah was full of various type of coats, cold weather coats, raincoats. Many dresses was for the dog in the almirah. He struggled on, drooping in his harness. I thought it would not be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. And due to the effect of his heavy weight, he was struggling during his walk. He was walking as he will fall down on the earth, and doctor was thinking everything that as Mrs. Pumphrey had explained a lot of about her dog, but it was something differ from her explanation about the dog. So everything was noticed by the doctor at that time. Now, the expected call came within a few days, as the doctor had a great expectation about Mrs. Pumphrey, that she is extremely worried about the dog Tricky, so she will definitely consult him within a few days. So within a few days, the expected call came there, and Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Distraught means nervous, very disturbed. तो मिसेस पम्फ्री का जब कॉल आया तो बहुत ही डिस्टर्ब थी. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and she told the doctor that this time she is extremely worried because because her dog is not eating anything, and he also avoid his favorite dishes, and besides he had bouts of vomiting, and beside eating his favorite dishes, the dog has started vomiting. This was a great matter of sadness for Mrs. Pumphrey at that time. He spent all his time lying on a rug मीन्स होता है ब्लैंकेट. तो बताएं कि और वो कुछ खा भी नहीं रहा है, वॉमिटिंग कर रहा है, और हर वक्त वो सिर्फ ब्लैंकेट में पड़ा रह रहा है, लेटा रह रहा है. पेंटिंग मीन्स हाँफ रहा है. So didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything, and he's looking extremely lazy. He's looking not active. This time he's unable to walk, unable to do anything. He had no interest to do anything. I had made my plans in advance. So after hearing everything, the doctor had decided that he had idea that she is a rich mistress, एक धनी मालकिन है, इसलिए ज़रूर वो कुछ न कुछ अपने डॉक्टर के लिए करेगी. ये सब सोच के ऑलरेडी डॉक्टर ने प्लान करके रखा हुआ था. ओके, uh, the only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. Now, there was only one way for the doctor, and this idea was to make out the dog from his house, out of his house. So I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. So very soon the doctor, Mr. Harriet, advised Mrs. Pumphrey that it will be good for your dog if you make hospitalize it for fortnight. तो इस तरह से उसको हॉस्पिटलाइज करने का सजेशन डॉक्टर ने मिसेस पम्फ्री को दे दिया कि बिना इसको हॉस्पिटलाइज किए इसको ये ठीक नहीं हो सकता है, इसको ऑब्जर्वेशन में रखना पड़ेगा। तो पुअर लेडी ऑलमोस्ट सोन्ड मीन्स होता है कि हो जाना, अचेत हो जाना, बिल्कुल अनकॉन्शियस हो जाना। She was sure he would pine and die if he didn't see her every day, as this was her expectation that her dog will be die without seeing her. So she was extremely in sorrow here that how she will make a distance from her dog. बट आई टूक अ फॉर्म लाइन, लेकिन उस मिसेस पम्फ्री थोड़ी सी यहाँ पे दृढ़ हुई, मजबूत हुई। और ट्रिकी वॉज वेरी इल, ट्रिकी की कंडीशन जो थी वो बीमार था। सो दिस वॉज द ओनली वे टू सेव हिम। सो फाइनली मिसेस पम्फ्री डिसाइडेड दैट शी हैड ओनली वन वे टू सेव द लाइफ ऑफ द डॉग। सो शी वॉज नाउ strict here to follow the advice of the doctor. So I thought it best to take him without delay, और इसलिए without any delay the doctor also decided to take out the dog to his सर्जरी मीन्स एट हिज सर्जरी मीन्स हॉस्पिटल ले जाने के लिए बिना डिले के किए डॉक्टर भी रेडी हो गए। एंड फॉलोड बाय मिसेस पम्फ्रीज वेलिंग मीन्स होता है चीख, रुदन की आवाज़, सैडनेस। मिसेस पम्फ्री वाज एट दैट टाइम एक्सट्रीमली इन sorrow. She was very sad, and following her sadness, the doctor decided to take the dog at his surgery.